and everybody
Yeah.
educated, you're kind of intimidated by that.
Yes, you are. Fortunately, I did have a quality education growing up. I grew up in
Yeah, but for the
Cabrini.
parents who don't have a quality education, all I got is a high school degree. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're intimidated by these teachers.
Yes,
And so we want to fight them because we are
Yeah,
intimidated.
and you don't understand. A lot of times, let me say this, you should fight.
But
A
you know,
lot
it's
of times,
not an ignorant fight.
and not a, and what the fight is this: I'm going to do everything possible to make sure that my kid is on task, following the rules, because I'm going to say this to you: teachers love great students, and they love. I mean,
But if my child is a bad student, a disruptive
Okay.
student,
then we have to.
it's a problem, right?
Well,
And-
we have to see how that child relates to, being they're children, and that's
Right.
what we have got to understand.
I may
They
be
can be molded.
But Rosita, I may be that ignorant parent with that misbehaving child. The child does bad, their home is destabilized, and I think the teacher's trying to target my child.
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna
Right.
cuss you out.
Yeah.
So how do we deal with that parent who feels everybody's out to get them?
Okay, well, you know what I did, even when I was dealing with some teachers, I would view them as children as well.
I heard that.
And so, and the same approach that you would have to take for the children, you've got to take with that parent. And so basically, well, first of all, if you've got all these children and there's something, and you got all these problems, you have some things that you need to be addressed, and maybe we should self-monitor with you. Maybe we should allow you to discover what your assets are and to learn how to change your behavior. I think one of the things we can do for parents and encourage them. When Johnny is coming in and he can, or Shaquan, he's coming in and he's off task, well, the parent knows their child is off task. They're looking for help. And so what so many times what we do in the schools, instead of helping that child become what he is, realize his goals, we go after them. And I've seen this happen. Children that are at risk fall through the cracks.
Well, I could be wrong. We're almost done. We've gone over the 20 minutes, but I could be wrong. I'm generalizing, overgeneralizing. The better students tend to come from the more stable homes and the better, I hate to say better parents. Let's face it.
Yes.
Parenting is everything.
Yes, it is.
So how do we help those parents? Because we can help the child, but can we help the child improve in schools like in these neighborhoods, improve in school without helping the parent improve as a parent?
Yeah, well, I think you have to do it simultaneously. And one way that we do it, because I will tell you, as a parent, I learned so much about my children. I'm here today because of the education I got raising my kids. But the parents in a lot of cases don't value the kids. So how do we get the parent to see that the child is valuable? And I think a lot of programs, I advocate peer reading, and this is just and I'm hoping that we can implement this where a child is reading a book in whatever grade they are, but simultaneously the parent. So at night when the child is reading this book, getting ready to do a book report, we need 2 books. We need one for the parent and one for the students, because this creates bonding. And I tell a lot of parents, like I did, I was a musician, so all my kids played like 10, 12 instruments. When I was doing that, I was simultaneously playing, but I should have been sitting next to my children, and we should have been playing together. We should have. So if you want to play the violin, that's something you already. Don't give up on your dream.
Right.
If you give it to your child, a lot of parents do this. But go in there and the both of you do it together. Have lessons together, have private lessons. Do things with your children. In the summertime when it's real hot, don't sit in the house. I would go take my children to the museum. I love 100-degree weather. Go to the museum, because I would not be in the house. I would pack my children up and we spend the day at the Museum of Science and Industry. And there are free days.
Yeah.
And that's when it was free every day.
Yes, it's a lot of things that are free.
Yeah.
But this segment is over. I can talk forever. I should do an hour show, but the sun is beating down on us. Can I come back next month, Rosita?
Sure.
Can we talk about getting We could talk about the white teachers in the downtown, and we also got to talk about next month about how to encourage and cultivate the next generation of African American black teachers in these CPS schools.
Okay, can I end with
Go
that?
ahead. Go ahead.
Because right now the jobs in our community are being outsourced. We need these jobs back. We don't need them necessarily for the teachers who are veteran teachers. Many of them don't want to come back. The jobs that were secure in our community, in the last late 90s, almost 50% of the teachers were African American. From the research that has we used to get it constantly, but we're looking at possible single digits for African American teachers, where we were once 1,000 strong, we're now possibly less than 2,500. These are very important jobs. Like Mark came out to interview me. I live in the community that I work in. I bought my house, my car in the community. So these jobs are important to our young people. We need everyone to ask CPS to give the jobs back to people in our community and stop outsourcing them to people coming in from other states, because it's creating poverty in our community. We need these jobs for our young kids. We need them for our students that have degrees, that are gone to college. They deserve to have an opportunity to work. And if you're going to do Teach for America, do it with our kids as well. Not just outsourcing and not having the black teacher in the classroom at all. We have got to fight for these jobs. And these jobs could be jobs for your kids. So please, fight, write CPS, tell them we need to return black teachers to the classroom. We have over 12,000 fired. If they have programs, insist that Teach for America. If the community is 80% minority, make sure that those jobs are reflected in the community. And I'm not sure if Mark is finished, but I've really enjoyed this.
Now we can call you though, right?
Sure.
Okay, we can put your phone up on a string.
Okay.
But you know what? I wish we just had more activists like yourself, Rosita. You know
Well,
what I'm
I do too.
saying? Can I come back next month?
Yes, I'm at 773-419-7417. Please go on change.org and sign our petition under CAUSE, C-A-U-S-E, Rosita Chatonda. Sign our petition. We're trying to get our student expulsion rate down and our black teachers back to work. Thank you.
Rosita, you're wonderful.
Okay.